If the empty lighthouse creeped you out, wait until you hear about the Mary Celeste. This is the most famous ghost ship story in history, and for good reason. The ship set sail from New York with the captain, his family, and a small crew, headed for Italy. Everything seemed totally normal until a month later, when another ship spotted them drifting in the middle of the Atlantic. The sailors noticed the Mary Celeste was moving strangely, so they decided to board her and see if anyone needed help. What they found was a scene that has baffled historians for over a century. The ship was in nearly perfect condition, and the cargo was completely untouched. In the kitchen, it looked like the crew had just stepped away from their breakfast. But here is the chilling part. Every single person on board had completely vanished. The only thing missing was one small lifeboat and the captain's navigational tools. There was no sign of a struggle, no blood, and no evidence of a storm or a pirate attack. To this day, we still don't know what terrified 10 people enough to make them abandon a perfectly safe ship in the middle of the ocean. The Flannan Isles mystery is easily one of history's creepiest vanishings. In 1900, 3 keepers were stationed at this remote Scottish lighthouse. Their only job was keeping the light burning through deadly winter storms. But right before Christmas, passing ships noticed the island had gone completely dark. A rescue crew finally arrived, but the island was dead silent. Nobody was waiting. When they hiked up to the lighthouse, the heavy front doors were left wide open. Inside was frozen in panic, uneaten meals on the table, and a knocked-over chair. The massive mechanical clock on the wall had completely stopped ticking, and chillingly, one keeper's heavy winter coat was still hanging on its hook. Outside, massive iron ropes were found twisted 100 feet up the cliffs. Their final logbook entry described grown men crying during an impossible storm. But the very last note said the sea was completely calm. What really happened? To finish off the mystery trilogy, we have to talk about the colony that just evaporated. Long before the famous pilgrims arrived, a group of over 100 people landed on an island to build a new life. The governor had to sail back to England for supplies, leaving behind his friends, his daughter, and his granddaughter. But because of a massive war, he was stuck in Europe and couldn't get back to them for years. When he finally made it back to the island, the sight was absolutely chilling. The entire settlement was standing there, but every single person had completely vanished. There were no signs of a struggle, no houses burned down, and the village was even reinforced with new walls. The only clue they left behind was a single word carved into a wooden post, Croton. It was the name of a nearby island and a local tribe, but a massive storm stopped the search before it could even start. The governor was forced to sail away, leaving his family behind in the silent wilderness. Decades later, people found artifacts and stories among the local tribes, but no definitive proof. Were they taken? Did they join a tribe? Or did something more mysterious happen in the woods? We still don't know.